1, 2, 1, 2. What's up, guys? What's up? We're gonna do a little color grading exercise tonight. Got my man Zach hitting me up. Let's see what he's got. He's designing some stuff for some friends. What's up, guys? You know, recently I was trying to... I've been watching a lot of like DaVinci Resolve tutorials where, you know, the colorists are essentially... They're doing everything in nodes, and it kind of got me thinking, right? It's like, you know, I think the way that Adobe Premiere, which is what I use, has all this stuff set up, it's almost like you're trying to do everything in one instance of Lumetri. And I know you can add multiple instances of Lumetri, and so it started getting me thinking, you know, like, what if you treated your different stacks of Lumetri as nodes, right? And so essentially, that's what I was going to try to do tonight. I have some footage of my son here, and I shot this in S-Log3, and I'm pretty sure it's exposed, you know, fairly good. And here, let's just see. We'll get a good chunk of a clip here with him doing his thing. Let's see, right. We'll cut it off right about there. Okay, so. And I'm gonna mark an out point, and I'm gonna use my loop playback so that it basically always just kind of keeps the clip going. If you guys don't have this, here in oh, you know what I gotta do? Hold up, guys. I gotta change something. Gotta make it so y'all can see my mouse. There we go. Can you see? There we go. That's what's up. Okay, so if you guys don't have some of these options down here below your program window, you can hit this little plus icon here. And then essentially you can pick different things that you can drop down here in your toolbar. So basically it's just the loop playback one. You can click and drag it down there if you don't have it. So if you have that selected, essentially it'll just continue to play your clip over and over. And you know, that way you can kind of work on it and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna find a good frame. That's pretty good. That's kind of funny. And I'm gonna start doing some basic correction. I'll do the basic correction on the actual clip here. I could use an adjustment layer, but just for the sake of this is how I'm gonna do it. And I want to just get some basic adjustments going on here. I'm looking at my scopes just to make sure you know, that everything seems to, you know, we don't want to crush too many of the blacks, and then with the whites, you know, we can kind of pull those up just about there. Looks good. Then I usually add a little contrast into my image, and there are some reds. I'll take care of those in a second here, but yeah, I'll add a little contrast in there. The shadows can come down a smidge. The highlights can come up a smidge. Now, the one thing I'm not getting out of this is a lot of saturation, so I'm gonna boost the saturation up a little bit as well, just until that starts looking pretty good. So just right off the bat, you guys, here's my first just general correction on this image. There's before, there's after, and you can see, I mean, if you look at the scopes, right, I mean, like, everything really starts to stretch out, and the image is holding up really well. I'll just zoom up to this guy. You know, and we know that the reds are coming through a little strong, so we'll pull those down. And then you got a little bit of yellows and stuff in here. That might have been... This is where I'd start, like, noting things out, I think. This is probably good. I'm not going to do too much more here with this one. Now, I'm going to do a second instance of Lumetri. I'm going to go... I'll go to my editing panel here and hit Effects, and then type in Lumetri, Color, and I'm going to add another instance of Lumetri onto this clip, and then I'll go back into my color layout, and now I can actually target this second instance of Lumetri. I think this is the one. Yeah, okay, there we go. So now I'm wondering, you know, if I'm not trying to do it all in one panel, can I get some better results by isolating some of the different Lumetri features like the HSL secondaries and whatnot to get really a good image that I really want here. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to come into curves, and I'm going to take care of some of the reds. I think, as you can see, like, some of these reds are kind of shifted up, and I know there's some, you know, red here and in the bottle, but I think it's like the chair and the table, I don't really want those to be quite as red, so I'm going to pull some of that out. Let's see, I'm going to click kind of like in the chair area here, and let's see where that got us. If I take this and start to pull it down, yeah, there, you can see in the scopes, the red is just starting to sit back down within that just a smidge, because I you know, I don't want it, I just don't want too much of it to come in there. And I am also kind of wondering, you know, if we hit some of the, like the purples, you know, if that's also going to help us just keep this image looking kosher. Now, what we do want is we do want to bring like this color blue up, but I think I'm going to isolate that. I don't think I'm going to do all the blues. I think right now that's looking okay. And again, you know, overall, the saturation, if we go back to our original Lumetri instance here, let's see if I can get my hands on that. Yeah, the basic. Whoop. Let's come back in. We'll grab this. And once again, that should bring up, that's not where we were. What happened to my first instance of Lumetri? Why isn't it populating in this panel? Do I have to double click it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you know, I made a ton of adjustments to this thing a second ago. Did we screw that up? Oh, wait a minute. Oh no. Hold up. Something's up, man. I think it's confused, you know? I think it's confused, y'all. If you're watching right now. I don't know who's watching. Do we have anybody watching? Nah. Should we send the link to Zach? We should, right? Let's do it. Let's send him the link so that at least he can watch. Anyway, okay. So, you guys, I don't know what's going on here. Something's up. It's like my Lumetri settings. Yeah, see, look, it's showing up there, but it's not showing up here in my color panel. I don't know why that is. You know, I mean, like, I have it selected here, like my saturation being like 128. Boost that up a little bit more. And then on this one, I haven't made any of those adjustments, right? I'm only on my curves. There we go. So I don't know why this one's not populating like when I select it. It's kind of strange, y'all. But it's good. We're gonna take some of these magentas out. I'm just trying to clean up some of this stuff here, like in the middle of the table. Let's see. That looks better, right? I mean, yeah, it's looking pretty good. Okay, y'all. So now we're gonna do some of the. We pulled some of the red out. I feel pretty good about that. Let's go back into, effects controls. We'll shut this one down. And then let's turn it off and see. Yeah, the red came out. And then for this one, back to the normal. Great. Okay, so at least we know. And can we rename that? We can. We can name this like base correction. Right? And then this one we're going to call... going to rename this. We're going to call this red DSAT. So we pulled some of the reds out in that one. Now I'm going to do another one. Woohoo, crazy. Crazy, Shawnee. Yeah, I am. I'm going to do another one. And let's see. Oh. Yeah, my graphics card is like not having fun. Apparently that's something that's happening right now. It like doesn't know. It wants to switch around to all this crazy stuff. I'm going to go to editing. And I'm going to go back to Lumetri and I'm going to make another one. And then I'm going to go back into color. So now we got 3 Lumetris. And on this one, this is when I'm going to start getting into the HSLs, like the secondaries. Now, his skin tone looks pretty good. I like it. But in this one, I just want to select the skin tones. And I'm going to just give him a little boost. So I'm going to click on him here, click kind of around this area here, and then let's take a look and see what that looks like. Do we get, what the heck, where is it? Let's try again. Yeah, guys, I think my with the streaming and everything, I think it's for some reason it's acting funky. All right, and then we'll come back in here with this, and we'll click on that, and then color in gray. It's not there. I don't understand. Nothing's coming up in here. Must be glitched out, yo. Something's glitchy. I don't know, yo. Where is it? Where's it at? You guys see? I don't see it. It's not picking up my selection, y'all. Something's up. Let's get out of here. Let's try it again. Let's see what we can do. Now, that's going to pull the red out twice, so we want to reset all the stuff there. We just want to reset that. But we do want to get into the HSL and try and see if we can get a selection here, because it's acting funky. I'm not going to lie, y'all. It's acting kind of funky, you know? So there, I've set one, right? I should be able to see it in my... Man. Look at this, you guys. Let's see. Let's do maybe half. It's just not rendering out. Look at that. It's not picking it up. Do you guys know why that is? We can reset or come back in. Something's up. We gotta stretch this out maybe. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Man, you guys, it's like I've done this a million times. I just don't know why. Must be like maybe like a leftover setting or something from like one of my old tries at this. It's like it's not picking up my skin tones for whatever reason. You know? Okay, let's turn this off. Let's try this again. I'm gonna set the color. There. Right? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Man. Why would it like default just do that? So that's looking pretty good. That's a lot of my skin tones. I can probably, you know, I can probably tweak it a little bit more. Let's see if we can pull the edge off the highs there. So we don't want too much of his hair. We're just trying to target the skin a little bit. And if I slide this over, I think that we might get a little bit. No. You know what? That looks all right. Let's come back over here. That's looking pretty good, y'all. Okay, so usually I denoise the crap out of this. I blur the crap out of this so that you can't really tell. And let's see if we can just get some of these spots. Can we get those? Man, it did bring a lot of that background in. Let's see if we can trim that out with the luminosity. So what you have here is hue, saturation, and then luminosity, right? So the L is basically telling Premiere how light something should be or how dark something should be if it's gonna get this adjustment. Now, I know we have this stuff back here. That's fine because it's generally in the same skin tone as him. So I think we can shift this just a little bit, just to the warmer side of things. Bring it up just a little bit, and then we can even pull some of that contrast of that coloring off just a smidge. And so now when we come out, there we go. And maybe we'll push it a little bit more towards the reds. Just a little bit more in the reds. There we go. And then I'm going to take the mask off again. And we got some nice warm skin tones. Now, we got the skin tones kind of where we want them, but the shadows, that's something that we're gonna tint a little bit in the blue section. So I'm going to actually copy this exact one with skin tones. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it. And we're going to do something cool here. I'm going to rename this as Shadows. And then for this, ooh, see, we got some bleed on this. I'm not liking that. Let's see, can we get rid of that? Can we get rid of that? Let's go back into skin tones. Oh, you know why? We didn't have that before because, yeah, we kind of did though. Let's go back into skin tones and let's see if we can clean that up just a smidge, you guys. We come in here and get rid of that. Now let's see. We definitely don't want the walls back there. Doing that, we want, let's see if we can get it over here. Ready? So remove color. If we come in, I want to get rid of some of that. I'm gonna mess with it here. See if I can get out some of the stuff on the wall. You really don't want those walls. Like the wall in there is like greenish gray. It shouldn't match his skin tone really. So if we can, better, closer, warmer. Got it. There it is. Okay, that's not on the wall. That's where we want it. So we're good now. Okay, now we're gonna come back to our shadow layer, and here it should be selected almost exactly the same, except, oh, but it's not. That's so weird. We had it. This should have been exactly the same as the other one here. But anyway, let's see if we can grab the skin tones again. Okay, for whatever reason, it's like having issues, right? It's like not pulling in my skin tones. So we are going to add skin tones. See if we can isolate those, because then what we want to do is basically reverse it so that we're not getting. Let's get rid of that. Let's see if we can get more. There we go. Okay. So we want to get the skin tones back in, and then what we got to do is we want to reverse there, and now we're going to tint the shadows into the bluish green. And if we turn off the mask, what we have now is we have kind of like both, right? We have like this deep, you know, kind of like bluish in the shadows, but we've maintained the skin tones. So that's looking pretty cool. I'm kind of digging that. And then that last thing I want to do is kind of make those glasses pop. So I'm going to do one more. I'm going to add another one from my effects panel. So let's come in here, Lumetri color. We'll add one more, and then this one we're just going to hit blue pop. And then so here we're going to go into the HSL secondary, and we're going to click on this blue, and that should, if I'm, let's see, that's everything else, right? No. Turn that off. Let's see what we do if we expand this. There it is. It's starting to pop in, you guys. Okay, so we've isolated the blue, and I think we can get just a little bit more of it if we work at refining this mask. Right, let's slide it around and see, maybe the other way. There we go. Now we're getting some of those blues in, okay? And here we just want to saturate this a little bit. We just want to add some of that nice blue saturation, maybe cool that color off just a smidge. Tint towards the magenta. That's awesome. We'll blur it. Maybe not that much. There we go. And we can widen out our hue just a smidge. Make sure we get all that stuff in there. Okay, so now we'll turn off our mask, and you should see that blue really pop. Okay, so you guys, let's take a look all the way down through here at what we did. Okay, because we're gonna end this stream here. Just wanted to go for just a little bit. Here's the flat S-Log3 image of my son Lucas, okay? The first thing we did was we gave it some basic correction. That looks really, really good, just like that. That's just contrast and white balance and that kind of thing. Then we came through and we pulled some of the red out. It was looking just a little bit too red. We fixed the skin tones, we brought those back in. Then we isolated the shadows and we pushed those a little bit more towards the blue. And then we took his glasses and we made those pop. So that was like the final adjustment. Now, the skin tones, they may be a little strong. So I'm gonna pull those out. I'm gonna come in here and I'm going to desaturate those just a smidge. I think they're just a little strong on the orange side. They don't look quite as natural as I'd like them to. And in that same level where I'm doing the skin tones, I think one thing I can really do here just to kind of help that out is I can go back into curves, and then I can go into kind of this like reddish area here in between the red and the orange, and I can boost the reds just maybe back up a little bit, because I think maybe, do we need more red? I don't know if it's red or if we just need more like kind of in the pink. Let's try this. Let's try up here in these curves. Let's see if we can get some of the skin tone areas to live a little bit more in the magenta. That might help us. Let's take a look here and see if we shift it a little bit more. No, that's not helping us here. No, I don't think we want to do it that way. kind of, yeah, I'm not digging that. Maybe we just kill the red, the DSAT on the red. Yeah, I think that actually does the trick. I think that gets us a little bit closer to those natural skin tones. So sometimes you guys, as you can see, you just got to play around with it until you get kind of a look that you like. But we kind of knew what we were trying to do. We wanted base correction, isolating skin tones. I think the last thing we could do now is we could come into our creative panel here and we could go through some of these styles and looks and see if there's one that we really like. You know, that is not bad, especially considering some of the adjustments we did. I would bring down the intensity of that just a smidge. But from here, you know, guys, I want you to just take a look at what the level of change that we had on this clip. So, like, you know, there's before, blues, shadows, skin tones. Maybe we got to put those skin tones on top. Doesn't, no, we got to put them back. Base correction, let's get that base correction back in. Wow, what a difference that makes. So that's awesome. And I'm just going to duplicate the clip here, and I'm going to turn off all these so you guys can see real quick before and after, very like this. So, you know, there's before, there's S-Log 3 right out of camera, and there's after with the color grade. You know, I might even take this one step further, add one more. And then on the very top of this, come back in and just tweak the brightness on a couple of things. You know, the exposure, crank that up just a smidge. And now let's watch back through this, because I mean, this is looking really good, you guys. That's some beautiful footage. Nice and bright. The colors look awesome. So, you know, if you guys agree, that's just, you know, a little bit of the power of stacking some of those Lumetri effects in different ways and getting some different looks. Just, you know, awesome that you can get this level of footage. And guys, this was shot in 4K on my Sony a7 III. I couldn't tell you what the settings were at the moment, but really this was just to get some nice bright in our kitchen S-Log 3 footage and being able to play around with grading it. So, you know, once again, you guys, let's take a look here. As you can see, there it is, right out of camera. Really super flat, really gray. And then, as you can see, with the good color correction, what a difference. Looks so good. So just knowing that you have that kind of power, you know, to get really nice skin tones, really deep, you know, blues in the shadows, nice poppy highlights, keep those blues, those bright blues in the glasses and stuff. That's pretty cool. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, keep it creative.